I am Willie.
I am Tim. I need to figure out how to say that in Italian for next time. Dios mio, Tim.
I remember the only foreign language I ever took in school was Spanish, which I think is pretty standard these days.
Yeah.
But what's interesting is I did not have to take it for the entirety of what people apparently had to take it for to graduate.
Uh-huh.
And they just forgot I wasn't taking it, and I still graduated. So that's awesome.
Yeah.
But I remember, like, my Spanish name, William. You know what the equivalent of William in Spanish
I
is?
should know this. I don't.
Guillermo.
Guillermo. Okay.
It's the same.
I didn't know that.
That's what my Spanish teacher taught me.
Okay.
It's like,
Well,
if she knew, I don't know. I think she knew. She seemed qualified.
Well, that's very fitting for that's why I bought this Modelo. Modelo, of course, a Mexican beer of a Spanish-speaking country. Sure.
We're not talking about a Spanish film.
But for some reason, they speak Spanish in this movie.
They do. They do.
Even though none of it takes place.
They do. Yes. It takes place on Matool.
The Isle of Matool.
We are here tonight to talk about the second chapter in our cozy Italian horror fall movie series, Zombi, or Zombie 2, from director Lucio Fulci, who we've touched upon once before, many moons ago. I think back when we were doing 3 films an episode.
I believe so.
With The Beyond, which is another one I think warrants a revisit.
Yeah.
I think there's enough in that movie to digest and to discuss that it deserves its own episode. But we'll cross that bridge when we get to it. Right now, it's all about Zombie.
Yes.
I don't have any feedback to discuss that I've seen. If anybody else does want to send feedback, horrormovieyearbook@gmail.com. We are still on Twitter, or X.
Okay, well, the other day I tried to read a tweet on there, and it asked me to... It didn't ask me... Like, a lot of times it'll just ask me to log in, so I'll go, okay, I'll log in.
Sure.
But this time it asked me to download the app. Like, I couldn't read any of it without downloading
You
the app.
need the app now.
I'm not fucking doing that.
Yeah. I still have it.
Oh, do you?
Currently.
Okay.
I will say that there's nothing on there since, like, 2023.
Okay.
So by this point, I would say email us. Is kind of
That's kind of what I've said too.
The best bet.
Yeah. We love you guys, but
I don't want to be.
It's gotten
to
the point where
it's a cesspool. Anywho, that being said, how are you doing, Tim? Doing good?
Tigers won Game 1 today.
I saw they beat Cleveland. They're in Cleveland for the 3-game series.
Yes. Tough end of the year. In fact, very tough. Complete and total collapse.
Catastrophic.
But if they beat Cleveland, I don't really care because I do not like the Guardians, and they have owned the Tigers for a long time here. And if they can win this series, all will be forgiven, I think.
It's a best 2 out of 3 to start
which is nice.
the playoffs, correct?
Yeah.
And then it's 3 out of 5 for round 2?
I think they can...
Is that what it is?
Yeah, 3 out of 5 for round 2, then best of 7 the rest for the ALCS.
Up until the World Series.
For the World Series. I don't think they're making that deep of a run. I wouldn't be surprised if they can get this one and maybe the 3 out of 5. I think they're a team that can get 3 wins out of 5.
You're not seeing...
I don't think this is a team built for 4 wins.
Well, they haven't been consistent all season. That's the problem. So the highs have been extraordinarily high.
Yes.
The lows have been extraordinarily low. It is... I saw a sports writer.
Yeah.
I don't know if he's like a Tigers beat guy, or if he is like more of like a Detroit sports guy in general.
Okay.
It doesn't matter. I saw this article, and he had said, in my years, and this is an older fellow, 50s probably.
Okay.
I've never seen a team as a collective, everybody, so unanimously rise and collapse at the exact same time.
It's
individual
crazy.
players,
yes,
Yeah.
So that's the thing though. Is like it's baseball. It's 162 games. You're gonna have guys go through slumps.
Yeah,
and like you're gonna go through slumps.
Guys.
That's the thing is they have had 2 major slumps. And what's weird is they were the best team in the majors in August, and then all of a sudden in September they were the worst team in the majors. They have had 2 slumps this year where everybody has played awful.
Across the board.
Awful, just like usually you don't get that. It's like,
Yeah.
this guy's in a slump. We need to move him to the back of the order. Blah blah blah.
Which you can adjust for that.
Right. Yeah. This has just been like nobody's doing anything
Collectively,
outside of Skubal. Who is, and so that's the thing is like this Skubal pitched today and had 14 strikeouts. It's insane. And then Meisel pitched tomorrow, and Meisel's a good pitcher too. So those are guys that can get you wins, but they can only pitch every so often. So that's why I can see a best of 5, best of 3, but a best of 7, they're gonna have to pitch like every game, and that's not gonna happen. Obviously,
again, it's because I've been following the Lions a lot this season, well, and last season too. But like, yeah, you can have an insane defense, in football, but if your offense is awful, you'll win a game maybe. It'll be low scoring, but you're not gonna get to the play. Like it's the Browns, right?
Yeah.
Like,
well, that's the thing. And today was like Skubal had 14 strikeouts.
That's insane.
And like Cleveland still was threatening to win it in the ninth. Like someone who gives up 1 run and has 14 strikeouts should win easily, in my opinion. Not only easily, but by more than a run.
Oh, Nikki's here.
When did this become a sports podcast?
This is the first 10 minutes of the show where we talk about whatever comes to our head.
We have to
Willie asked me how I was doing, and I picked the good thing that happened to me, which is the Tigers won a game. It's been a while, Nikki. I don't know if you've been paying attention.
No, I haven't.
No, you haven't?
I could not care less.
They have been historically bad at the end of the season. They got in the playoffs, and they won a game.
Hell yeah.
The Motor City Kitties.
Is there any Italian horror connection to the Tigers? Well, the last month was a horror show, that's for sure.
Yeah. Not that I'm aware of.
Okay. LT Grace.
What's that?
LT Grace. I don't think that's Italian either. That's Spanish.
No.
Okay.
But I like that we're able to talk about Detroit sports because things have been better.
Yeah.
Overall, exciting. We went through probably a decade or so of like awful.
Yes.
Right?
Truly bad.
Like everybody.
Yeah.
The Lions have been historically very bad.
Yeah.
Up until the last 4 years or so, 3 years.
Yeah, it was post-pandemic, I think, is when
things started to pick up.
Yeah.
The Tigers have certainly had moments of.
They were pretty bad a few years. They've been better. So they've made the playoffs 2 years in a row.
Right.
And so that's the thing is even the Pistons made the playoffs. The Red Wings, on the other hand, which is a big disappointment because the Wings were like my team.
That was my team, man.
Yeah, and like that was the sport. Like,
and I thought it was going to turn around with Yzerman.
It's not. Yeah,
it's time to.
I kind of think so.
I don't want to say it out loud. I think the experiment is not working this time.
This has got to be it. So anyway,
anywho, moving on. We are here to talk about Lucio Fulci's Zombie.
What do Italians like? Tennis.
Yes.
They
like soccer.
Soccer, absolutely.
Yes. Or football.
I don't think they're huge rugby. Rugby is more of like an Australian, New Zealand, French people like rugby.
Yes.
Yeah, English people like rugby. Irish people. The Italians more. Yeah. When I think of sports in Italia, I think of soccer and tennis.
Those two are the kind of the go-tos.
Yeah.
There's some finesse to those, which I like.
Absolutely.
Feels very Italian. Mm-hmm. All right, Zombie.
Yes.
Also known as Zombie 2.
Yeah.
It's important to note that it was ZOMBI 2 because that's how the Italians do it. They skip the E. Why add the extra letter?
So it was okay. Do you you explained it last time? Can you explain why?
Let's before we get into the deets here. So, in '78, George Romero released Dawn of the Dead.
Yeah.
I don't need to tell you what Dawn of the Dead is. If you're listening to this show, you probably know. Dario Argento was helped finance the film. He wanted a sequel to Dawn, and basically flew Romero out to Italy to write the film, which he did in Italy, which is amazing. And the agreement was that Argento would distribute the film in Europe.
Yeah.
And he was able to cut his own version of Dawn for European audiences, which is available. It's out there.
Yeah.
And I've watched it, and it is the Argento cut.
Is it?
Oh yes.
I don't think I've seen it. Maybe
I can lend it to you.
Okay. I feel like you've lent it to me, and maybe I watched it, but it was like
It's weirdly fast-paced,
Yeah.
and it's all goblin music.
Okay.
It's an action movie with a ton of goblin,
Okay.
which is kind of sweet. It's not the Dawn I love the most, but it's also kind of awesome in its own way.
A weird, like a nice curiosity. Yeah.
It is absolutely. That being said, it did well. Horror in Italy at the time was kind of booming in the filmmaking industry, and the film was released as Zombie in those markets. So, Lucio Fulci was making a movie that happened to feature zombies, and the money men behind it thought we should just call this Zombie 2. Has nothing to do with Dawn.
Romero tried to sue, right?
Yes, Fulci was pissed. He
Uh-huh.
was not happy.
Okay.
He did not want it to be called...
Oh, about the title.
He did not want it to be related to the Romero film at all because he knew it was not.
Yeah.
And it was a whole kind of sleazy, kind of carny thing.
Yeah.
But because there was no movie called Zombie in the States, that was Dawn of the Dead, we got Zombie as the title for our release.
They referred to I watched the and some of what I'll talk about later will refer back to a lot of the facts I learned or were refreshed on in the Joe Bob version of this. That was
excellent.
He did a version a few years back now, I think. Anyway, but he brought up that they referred to George Romero as the Mexican. They said we have to outdo the Mexican, is what some people said. And then they pointed out, like, I don't think George Romero has any Mexican.
Not that I'm aware of. No.
And probably not that he was aware of either.
He's a big white guy from Pittsburgh.
Yes.
So
I believe it's probably
the Mexican.
Yeah, I think
That's great.
Maybe a little Italian, but I think Cuban is what
I believe so.
Yeah.
Yep. That's fantastic. Anyway, so
just one of
this
those
is
funny things, yeah.
this is we got Zombie, released in '79. Let's go with the synopsis here. Oh my word! Strangers searching for a young woman's missing father arrive at a tropical island, where a doctor desperately seeks the cause and cure of a recent epidemic of the undead. My word! We got Tisa.
I was.
Tisa?
What's her last name again? Farrow. Tessa Farrow. Tisa Farrow is how I was referring to her.
Nice.
Yeah, I don't know though.
Ian McCullough,
Yes.
Richard Johnson, and other people.
Lucio Fulci shows up.
He does.
in this, yeah.
Yes, which is a very Romero move. I mean,
Yes.
Very Hitchcock.
A very
move,
Hitchcock move. Yes.
I should say. Yeah.
All right.
So Zombie.
General thoughts for us.
General
Yeah.
thoughts.
And I do have the plot here, which what little
Yeah, you can
there
break
is.
through the plot.
Yes.
Yeah. General thoughts. I do not recall the name of this website or if it still exists. So basically what I'm saying is useless. There was a website that existed at one point in time during the early internet era where they would have you could choose a series, so Friday the 13th, Nightmare on Elm Street, Halloween, whatever. And they would give you like it was like a breakdown, like behind the scenes trivia, screenshots, bloopers, all this stuff. You could get like it was IMDb just for these movies with pictures of things. It was awesome. Forgot what the name of the site was. It probably is gone.
Okay.
And I was obsessed.
I don't remember this.
I was obsessed with this website as a kid. This Crypt something. God, it's gonna drive me nuts. Anyway, doesn't matter.
Okay.
They would gradually, like the guy would gradually. It was like a GeoCities site, I think.
Right. Okay.
Right? He would gradually add things into the site, like as he kind of expanded his own horror knowledge, right? Because this is a time when we're discovering stuff.
Yeah. Yeah.
I mean, when I saw Dawn, I barely knew that a sequel could exist, let alone a sequel to Night. I think that it was not. This is pre-internet.
Yeah.
And so we're early internet, and we're like people are starting to discover this stuff, and like in real time, we're discovering it along with them. And so he would add stuff, and he'd start to burn his way through like kind of the bigger series. Like he would add Phantasm one week, and he'd like break down those movies, and then he would add Hellraiser, and then break down, and he'd get more and more obscure as he ran out of stuff. And then he added a section called Zombies.
Uh-huh.
And it had night and dawn and day, which I was aware of at this point in time. So I was kind of like, okay. And then he added Zombie. And I was like, oh, what's this? Because I was big into zombie films at the time. I was like super into it. And he had The Dead Next Door, which I've seen, and it's not good.
Okay.
And
I don't think I've seen that one.
Watch it. It's kind of fun. I think it's on Tubi. And
sure
then
it is, yeah.
It should be. And he also added God, there was another God, I can't remember now. Oh, Burial Ground.
Okay.
So I did not have access to Zombie, but I saw this. I heard he put the trivia about how it was Zombie 2 and all this stuff. Very knowledgeable guy, whoever ran this site. But I never had a chance to see it. And my local video store didn't have it. I was able to watch Burial Ground, which, it's a film.
We should throw that out there one time.
Should we?
Yeah, I think some point.
Yeah, you're right.
We got to be in the right mood for it, but yeah.
That's such a gross movie. I eventually, when DVDs started to kind of take off.
What was the video store that had it? Do you remember the name?
Burial Ground?
It was Zombie. I thought. Sorry.
I was.
Okay.
No. They did not have it. I didn't see Zombie until DVD.
Okay.
I knew of its existence. I kind of knew the breakdown. I knew who Fulci was at this point. I had done everything but watch the film.
Yeah.
So it was kind of this weird, almost. It was this weird, I don't know how to explain it. The White Whale. I hadn't, And I was down in Florida.
Okay.
And I was with my now wife's family in Florida. And there was a Barnes & Noble.
Uh-huh.
And this was at the time Barnes & Noble was going out of business.
Okay.
And they had a clearance sale. And I was looking through DVDs. And I went, oh my God. They've got a copy of Zombie in this random Barnes & Noble. I bought it. It was $3. And then I could finally watch Zombie. And I watched it and I was like, this movie's awesome.
Yeah.
And I still think it's kind of awesome.
Yeah. What do you think? Or do you want to talk about what you thought of it this time around, or?
Well, I mean, back then I was a huge fan, but this time around, watching it again, I've seen it once or twice since then.
Okay.
And it's got so many the tropes I love about Italian horror films from this era. It's grimy and there's kind of a sleaze about it, and kind of a low budget kind of nastiness about it.
Yeah.
It's kind of it's overtly sexual in certain parts and titillating. Not sexual, titillating. It's very titillating.
Yeah.
And that's a trope of this type of filmmaking in this era.
It was last week too. Yeah.
Yeah.
Yep.
Yeah. And it's a weird movie, but I remember watching it and going, God, there's so much stuff that came later, zombie-wise, because at this point, this was it's 08 or 09 when I first saw this movie.
Yeah.
And I was like, there's so much stuff that kind of came from this movie in the same way that you watch stuff inspired from Dawn or from Night or whatever. It's okay, cool. This movie was kind of influential in certain ways. There's certain things this movie kind of set up that carried through the zombie franchises. And, yeah, I have a ton of fun. The score is awesome. I was
listening to the score, just had it in an earbud the other day,
dude,
just walking around.
The theme is amazing.
Yeah, it's awesome.
It's a banger, certified banger. It's wonderful.
You can see the inspiration of, you can see the fingerprints of this score, the DNA of this score in the Day of the Dead score.
100%.
And I like the Day of the Dead score better, but that's only because I think the Day of the Dead score might be my favorite horror score.
Well, it's more refined. It's cleaner.
Yeah.
But there's similarities between the two.
And, yeah, the tropical sound of
tropical
it.
themes and stuff like that. And the main theme is awesome. That boom, boom, it's awesome. The effects are really solid for an Italian horror film, low budget, this era. Really solid effects.
Yeah.
I think honestly, some of the stuff it goes beyond what the original Dawn does in terms of effects, zombie effects.
Right.
The plot is the plot. We'll talk about it. No, I think it's a fun movie. I think it's one of the better zombie films. It does nothing that Romero's trying to do in his films. Like, it's not even like there's no,
as far as like social commentary.
There's like no, there's
you can dig if like I think
there's a little bit there
at the end with the churches.
There's a little bit there.
Yeah.
There's a little bit there with like the haves and have-nots. There's a little bit there about like people not about white folks showing up in places they don't belong and thinking that they have it all figured out. There's a little bit of that, but it's not.
It's pretty incidental, I think. Yeah.
It is. That being said, it's a fun zombie movie. There's some great gore and blood and guts. There's some TNA for those that want the TNA. And it's up there for me. It might be top. I don't know if it's top 5 zombie movies, but it's top 10.
Okay,
for sure.
I could,
for sure.
Top 10 for top
sure.
5
for me,
because you got to have 3 Romeros in there. Probably
there's 3 Romeros in there for sure, and I'd have to like really gauge where the other ones are.
Yeah,
but this is top 10, I think, for me.
I'd say that would make sense. Okay,
What about you?
So I'm trying to remember what. So
where'd you see this the first time?
I feel like it was a DVD, and the first time was probably like, I would say probably around the same time you watched it. I would say like 16 years ago.
Yeah.
I think it was a Netflix by mail.
Dude, that rules. That rules.
Netflix by mail.
Where were you living?
I think I was in Chicago, and
Yeah.
I did have some cool video stores in Chicago. I lived up by Evanston too, which is a college town.
I was going to say that lines up perfectly.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
So I think it, but I had the Netflix by mail. And I was really excited because like you could get stuff like if you couldn't find it in the video store, even like the cooler video stores, like the indie video stores, you could a lot of times find the stuff on Netflix by mail. You'd have to wait. But the thing is,
some random guy has the one copy of Zombie.
just like
Netflix has one copy, and it's in Wyoming, and they're like, "Well, he's got to bring it back before we ship it to." God, what a weird system that was.
It was a weird system. That was the other thing too, because you had to wait, because people would just have it forever. God, that was weird.
They would just keep it.
They would just keep it. Yeah.
Yep.
I think that's done completely, right? Netflix by mail.
I think so.
I thought like some people were still getting it.
My roommate at the time, no. So when you started the video store in 2010,
Let's say 10. Yeah.
My roommate
10,
was still
11.
getting them at that point.
Uh-huh.
But I think it's done now.
I think so. I thought like there were some people that were out in like the boonies,
Grandfathered in.
that still had it, but I think they've discontinued it completely. In fact, I'm pretty sure.
2023.
Okay, so it was more recent than I expected. Then I guess.
25 years of Netflix by mail.
Maybe I saw a story about that a couple years back, and
The last DVDs were mailed out in September, on September 29th.
Oh wow, we're celebrating.
Yesterday.
Yeah.
We're recording this on the 30th. So,
but the thing I think that a lot of people know this movie for is probably the first thing I saw from it. The other thing too I wanted to bring up is, and this is another relic and showing my age a little bit, and I was on message boards a lot. The Chud message board.
Yes.
Specifically, and you would see that zombie versus shark clip all over. Like that was the clip from this movie that kind of went viral before things kind of went viral. You know what I mean? Like that was the clip that was passed around the nerdosphere. And I remember going like, what is this? And then I did a little research and found out it was Zombie, and I did a little research on that. Probably read similar stuff on the loose Romero connection. I have watched this movie now. So the first time I watched it, I liked it. It was like, but like, I was watching it in the middle of the day this time when I watched it, and I went, "Oh, I watched this in the middle of the day. Like, this is a middle of the day movie for me because
it kind of is.
It's a weird, like some movies are like
mid-afternoon.
but like, I did watch the Joe Bob a couple of years back, and that was late at night. But like when I've sat down and watched this in the past, it's like middle of the day always.
It's a weird movie that way. Yeah.
Yeah, because it can be kind of sleepy. Was it Sean that said the other night when we saw him? We were talking a little bit about Zombie.
Yeah.
Buddy Sean
Friend of the show.
Yeah, friend of the show. He was saying like I can't remember. I don't want to put words in his mouth, but essentially he wishes he liked it more.
Okay, yeah. I think I remember. Yeah.
Yeah, because he talked about like he always wants to like it more, but it just gets kind of dull.
Which I get.
Yeah.
Even though I do like it, like I
Yes, because I think that's why it's a good mid-afternoon movie because I can get up and move around a little bit in that second half. Like post I want to say post zombie shark scene, things kind of settle in.
Yeah, and then it gets crazy towards the end.
Yes.
Yeah, there's Molotov cocktails being tossed. Infinite ammo.
People getting zombies getting smushed by crosses, throats being ripped out.
Yeah, it gets a little zany in the last 10 minutes or so, but.
I like this movie. I actually think this is a good time of year to watch it because it's kind of the type of movie I like to watch around.
It's really cozy.
Yeah, it's spooky season, and it's like I don't have to think too hard about this one. No. I just throw it on for the gore.
The eyeball gore is great.
There's some other stuff I like in it too. Yeah, we'll get into that. Mm-hmm. There's some other stuff that I think is effective too, but it's not like the Romero the Romero movies work on both levels for me.
Yes,
the best ones. The later stuff for him only works on one level for me, like where I find it interesting to think about. Like Diary of the Dead, I actually like to read about,
but not that entertaining.
I don't find it very entertaining. Right. I would say the first 4 in that series.
As far as the zombie movies, yeah. So it's Night Through Land.
Yes,
I think they function as entertaining films in their own rights, but also, if you really want to, you don't have to. There's a much bigger thing at play there.
Yeah,
like having just watched Day, it was like I felt that way. I was like, God damn, like this movie has a lot to say if you want to go, but if you want to watch it as just a zombie movie, it's super entertaining. Like the guts being ripped out, and yeah.
And I do think we've tipped too far a couple years. Sometimes, and I won't name movies here because specific examples, but like I do think we've tipped too far in the other direction, where a lot of horror movies feel like essays. Some of them, the ones I watch,
sure.
And this one is not like that at all.
It's no. So, it's Cliff's Notes. It's not an essay.
Yeah. So, anything else? Do you want to go through this plot real quick?
Let's do it.
Yeah.
Let's do it.
All right. All right. An abandoned boat drifts into New York Harbor and is boarded by 2 harbor patrolmen. And just jump in whatever you want. But
sure.
A hidden zombie kills one of the patrolmen, but is shot by the patrolman's partner and falls overboard. The dead patrolman's body is taken to the morgue. This is from Wikipedia, by the way. Very matter of fact, this one. And I think some of it's off in terms of timeline. Anyway, this is a fat zombie at the beginning. He's a chunky boy.
Good fat zombie, yeah.
Yeah.
You don't see fat zombies too often.
No.
There's one in Dawn.
Yes.
He bumps his belly against the glass. He's one of my favorites.
You like a good chunky zombie?
I do. I don't. I don't like them all to be chunky. You gotta mix it up a little bit, right?
Yes.
I like a nice varied.
Good body types. Yeah.
Yeah. Like
it's like pro wrestling. You don't want to just see a bunch of hulking body. You want to see some fat guys.
No, I want to be impressed when I see one of the big boys.
Yeah.
And he's impressive. He is.
Anne Bowles is questioned by police as the boat belonged to her father. She claims he is conducting research on Matool, a Caribbean island. British journalist Peter West, played by one Mr. Ian McKellen, is investigating.
Not Ian McKellen. No.
I knew I was going to do that. Damn it! He's investigating the story. He and Bowles learn that Bowles' father is suffering from a strange illness on the island. They hire a boat and 2 guides, Brian Hull and his girlfriend Susan Barrett, to reach Matool. All right, we'll take a break here. Tisa Farrow is Mia Farrow's sister.
Yes.
She is very obviously not wanting to be in this movie. She has no interest. She did not do a lot of acting after this.
She got paid.
She did get paid.
The name Farrow had pull or had draw at this point in time.
Yes.
Certainly Mia Farrow was a star, really. Yep. And, look, she got a paycheck. Hopefully it was decent.
Mm-hmm. She never talks about this, though.
No, I don't blame her.
That's fine. Yeah.
She's fine in the movie. She's fine. Again, at this age in films, there was she's not a damsel in distress in the sense that like she's like constantly needing to be saved. she's an active part of the finale. She's actively helping to fight off the zombie hordes and things like that. So she does have agency, but not that much agency.
Right.
She's still kind of playing backseat to the boys.
Mm-hmm.
She's still kind of inexplicably smitten with our male lead immediately upon meeting him.
I do want to mention here this portion of the week, he comes up with the great plan, the very clever plan of pretending to have sex.
It works, which is great. One has to wonder how many times he's used that one.
It's quite the move, isn't it?
Hey, what are you going to do, right? Ian McCulloch. If you want to meet Ian McCulloch, he'll be in Pittsburgh in October.
He is on the Joe Bob episode, and he's I like him because he's very measured in how he talks about the film. You can tell he's not like a horror guy, but he kind of basically says like, I respect the movie, it's not my thing. But here, I will tell you some tales from the.
Hey,
he's a straight shooter, Ian McCulloch.
Hey, he'll be signing autographs in Pittsburgh at the Monroeville Mall.
Okay, so a couple other notes I had at the beginning here. It's a callback to Nosferatu, the boat, kind of the empty boat,
which I like.
Yes,
yep.
That's one thing with Fulci. I think is he is very much Tarantino loves Fulci. And it's easy to see why, because they both like to borrow liberally from other films.
There's right.
Yeah.
There's a certain, God,
and I don't even mean that as an insult.
No,
especially in Tarantino's
no.
case, because I think,
I mean, some of the great cinematic works of art have been beholden to what came before. I mean, that's just the way it is.
Yeah.
So. I'm not saying that Zombie is a great cinematic work of art, but I appreciate a director who knows his influences, wears them on his sleeve, and just rolls with it. I like that. Yeah.
We touched a little bit on the score. The music at one point it sounds like you're pulling up on a cruise ship, like a port on a cruise ship.
Yeah.
It's so good. It also harkens back to kind of the voodoo roots of zombies, and that's kind of one of the things I dig about this movie. There's an airplane terminal in this at JFK that I am fascinated by. It popped up and it's the TWA terminal. It's just the coolest looking airplane terminal I've ever seen in my life.
Oh yeah.
Fulci, this is where his cameo is. He plays an editor at the New York Post. They shot there. Apparently, and they were kicked out of the building by one Mr. Rupert Murdoch.
That's right.
So,
I love that. Fulci's standing up for the
standing up to the van.
For the little guy. Standing up to the man, yeah.
There's not many movies with rogue sailboats, and also the reporter is kind of a nepo hire. I wanted to bring that up because he's the son, right, of the guy in charge.
Yes, that's correct.
All right, you ready to get back into the plot?
Here we go.
Meanwhile, on Matool, British doctor David Bernard and his wife Paula have been researching the phenomenon of zombie reanimation. Paula wishes to flee the island, but Bernard insists on staying. Save big money at Bernard.
I didn't think about that. She's smart.
Yes, there's
a smart, attractive wife. Just like a beautiful woman.
Yeah,
intelligent. Strong-willed, wanted to just a good, just awesome person. It seems like just trying to make let's get out of here.
Yes,
let's go live our lives happy, healthy, and this guy.
This is where I'll say maybe you can dig a little bit deeper because there is a bit of a Island of Dr. Moreau thing going on here where
there's an obsession.
Yeah,
and a dangerous obsession where he kind of he's forgotten about what's important, and he's kind of he claims, I want to cure this and I want to find a solution, but I don't think it has anything to do with helping the locals. I think he's trying to convince himself and other people of that.
Yes.
I think it's him wanting to be able to be kind of play God in a way. Not in a Moreau way where he's weaponizing or
right.
he wants to play God in the sense that, like, he's going to be the savior of this island. Yes.
Mm-hmm. He wants to be the one. The right. He wants to be right.
Yes. Yes.
And here's where the Wikipedia summary kind of jumps around in chronology here, but I'm going to read it off anyway. That night, Paula is alone in the house when a zombie tries to enter. She pushes the door shut, but it breaks through with one arm. Paula is dragged through the hole and killed with her eye being gouged out by splintered wood. All right, so yeah, I do think stuff happens before that scene.
It does, but this makes sense for the flow of the because she doesn't do a whole lot between. Yeah.
Yes, the zombie versus shark scene is probably the more well known. This is the other scene that I will never forget.
It's great. I feel bad for her. She's like kind of like does nothing wrong. Like she's actually like actively of the characters in the film. She's kind of one of the ones who's like making the most sense. Like, can we just leave?
Yeah.
Like, there's some gratuitous showering. For sure.
There's a little nudity here, isn't there?
Yes. Yeah. A lot of scrubbing. And scrubbing and kind of weird moaning during scrubbing. It's definitely titillating. There's no question that the intention here, and it is what it is. Like I think you said, like it's kind of a product of its time. So.
Yeah.
But the death scene itself is pretty great.
Eyeball horror, eyeball trauma. I want to talk about this for a little bit.
It's gross.
Big in Italian horror.
Yes. Does it freak you out? Is that a big thing for you or no? It doesn't bug me that
Not
much.
more than like other things. Like it doesn't. Like I'm not like sweet.
Like snakes are still
yes.
right.
But like eyeball horror, like I'm trying to think. I guess, but like only because it does just. I guess it's the way it's usually shot, which is
slow
and tension building. He was Fulci was kind of like a master of eyeball horror.
He was.
Yeah, Beyond, there's some eyeball horror. Demons.
Mm-hmm.
In fact, Willie, and it was big in Italian horror, and I do think some of it is, there's a lot of eyeball trauma in like Catholic art too, and I think that plays a big role.
Yeah.
Anyway, I've got a list of the top 10. This is from JoeBlow.com.
Oh my.
The top 10 eyeball horror scenes according to Jake D. I want to get your thoughts on a couple of these.
Okay. All right. Wow.
Number 10 is Demons. This is where his eyes get gouged out.
We're going to be talking about demons.
Yes, we will. So we'll probably talk a little bit more about that later.
I don't recall this scene in Demons.
Yeah. I don't want to spoil it for you. Number 9, Final Destination 5. This is where she gets the LASIK eye.
That one's nasty. Yeah. That's nasty. That one's nasty. I'm not gonna lie. That one's pretty gnarly.
This is from a 1985 Takashi Miike movie called Guinea Pig, and it looks gnarly. It looks like it's just a needle to the eye, straight up.
Miike's stuff is insane.
So we've just got this extremely graphic eyeball scoop job.
Oh.
There's a number 7 is Eyeball, which is an Umberto Lenzi giallo. That makes sense because giallo. I think there's a lot of people have pointed out like a lot of giallos have to do with like voyeurism, seeing through the eye.
For sure.
So that's kind of like,
which stems from Hitchcock stuff.
Yes,
honestly, yeah.
Number 6 is a scene from Mansion of the Doomed. I don't know this one. This is a good list because I mean, there's some.
I like
stuff.
some of these.
Here's one that I think you'll remember though. Another Italian horror. Number 5 is Opera with the
that one is
with the
rough.
nails.
Yeah, it's gnarly. There's no like eye piercing,
right?
Which is always rough.
Oh, it's the sewing needles. So they tape the sewing needles to the bottom of the eyelid
to keep her eyes open.
Yes.
Yeah.
Oh God, that is bad. Number 4, Evil Dead and Evil Dead 2. This is more eye gouging.
Yeah, gouging is less effective for me.
Okay.
The needle thing is what gets me, I think.
Okay.
It's the piercing of the gouging. I mean, it's still gnarly. I always go, oh! Like, we've talked about the 28 Days Later franchise recently, but there's a good eye gouge in that film.
Yes.
And it still makes me go, oh!
Yeah.
But, like, yeah. So, like, yeah, it's still gnarly, but it's not quite as scary as the needle or yeah.
Yes. Number 3, Hostel. Remember she got the eyeball hanging. And
that one's pretty bad. Yeah. Yeah.
Number 2 is, of course, is this one, Zombie. Oh, and then this writer also puts the Beyond in there, so a twofer.
Okay. Yep.
And then number 1 is Un Chin Andalou, which is like a Salvador Dali, Louis Buñuel. It's like 87 minutes of just like eyeball torture.
Stuff.
Yes.
I won't.
It was
be
like an
watching
experimental
that.
film from like the 20s. Yeah.
I will not be watching that, but
You got a
sounds
favorite?
horrible.
I actually think this is. I don't want to say favorite's a weird word, but
This is up there.
I think the Zombie is part of the reason I brought it up is because this was the one that stuck.
Pretty
with
great.
me. Yeah.
As far as eyeball horror goes, there's a pretty good. It doesn't end in gore. But there's a really effective sequence in Disturbing Behavior with James Marsden and Katie Holmes, where the needle is like getting like it's super close, like to the point where it's like you can almost see it push on the eyeball, and then it stops. Like that one always got.
Are there
me
any
too.
Saw traps that involve the eye? I feel like there has to be. I'm just blanking on them.
I think there's some eyes sewed up ones
Yeah.
in Saw, which
That's
is
always bothered me. Was there
Strangeland was a big one for that.
was there an Alice in Chains video where the guy had his eyes shown shut?
I think so.
That
yeah,
fucked with me because it was like a quick glimpse of him too.
that's freaky.
Yes, that drives me crazy.
Because that's like a double whammy of like eye horror and blindness, which is kind of scary. Mm-hmm. So
And not being able to like open. Yeah.
the restriction, the claustrophobia of like I can't function this part of my body. Yeah. Yep.
All right, back to the plot.
Back to it.
Menard is so we're on the. I just want to.
Menard's
make sure.
a mess.
Oh, okay.
He's
I
a
gotta.
mess.
Yes. Approaching Matool, Barrett dives in the ocean around the boat. She encounters a shark.
Topless. We should mention that.
We're gonna mention that because I have notes. She encounters a shark and flees behind a reef, only to be accosted by a submerged zombie. Surfacing, she reaches the boat while the shark and zombie attack each other. Eventually, the boat docks at Matool. All right, this is from Wikipedia. It's a very generic description of what's going on here.
Sure.
All right, what's her name? Barrett. So she is
the wife of the boat captain, or significant other of the boat captain.
She is wearing clothes when we meet her.
Correct.
Technically, she is not wanting the shirt on at all. I don't know, but I'm not saying the actress. I'm saying the character.
She sees an opportunity to remove the shirt, and she removes
the shirt. Is barely on to begin with.
Yes,
like
correct.
you get to see a lot of it anyway. Now
she's very much free the nipple,
very much,
which is great.
Long lingering shots on her breasts,
Her nipples, yes,
and uncomfortably long lingering on her crotch area. I would say
there's a lot of it. Again, the whole titillating thing, right?
Yes.
So it's what is interesting about this film, and a lot of the Italian horror of this time period, with American horror as we would start to evolve throughout, sex scenes were big, right?
Yeah.
I mean, a year later, Friday the 13th would kind of become this kind of big sex scene between Kevin Bacon, and the actress and whatnot, and it would continue throughout. With Italian horror, it was less sexual, less overtly sexual, and more, like you said, voyeuristic.
Yes.
Where it was, look at what we're presenting to you. Look at the female body. Look at the breasts. Look at the. It's very obvious what they're doing.
Yes.
It's less brazen than what American films were doing at the time, but no less sleazy.
In fact, so there are times when I think it's a little sleazy.
More sleazy because it's trying to be artsy. Or not artsy, but
even in the Friday the 13th films, a lot of the times it's like teenagers just like fucking around or having sex.
Right.
And that feels like
there's an innocence to that.
There's an
like
innocence, it feels like a natural thing these people would do.
Sure.
This, to me, is odd. I don't see any benefit, and I did a little bit of research, and there doesn't seem to be any benefit to scuba diving topless.
No, and there's a big...
In fact, most males don't. They usually wear a wetsuit.
Sure.
Yes.
There's a weird deal made of it, too. It's not... Again, it's not overt. It's not like there's no dialogue around what's happening. But there's this weird like male gaze stuff going on.
Yes.
With our lead and the lead's romantic interest, where she's kind of like looking at him like, "Are you looking at those boobs?"
Right.
And he's like, "Yeah." There's a whole it's like this it's a nonverbal exchange between all parties involved.
Yes.
Minus the captain, who's just like having a great time. He's like
She
does this all the time.
They are voyeurs. They are, yes,
Yeah.
if you will.
It's
they're probably swingers, I would assume.
Yeah, I think so.
Yeah.
That's great.
Yeah.
For them. It's a very strange sequence, and it doesn't need to be.
Everybody remembers, and I texted you this, everybody remembers Zombie versus Shark, but there's also Zombie versus Shark with naked, or it's also Zombie versus topless scuba diver.
And he's going after her, too. He's going for a handful.
Yeah, and if I recall, he has got, at one point, that's another uncomfortable part of this, he has got her in a position that is very... vulnerable. Yeah, that's a good word. She defeats him with, like, I think coral is what she grabbed, like some sort of...
He rubs some coral on his face.
Yes, and he's just like, ah.
Zombies are weak to coral.
The shark in this, I did a couple of factoids on this. He was fed a sedative. There was a Mexican stuntman that was playing the zombie. And yeah, it's not the first zombie movie, really, that takes place on the ocean. The Shockwaves actually had some underwater zombies in it. Remember the movie Shockwaves?
Of course.
Yeah.
Been a while.
Anyway,
yeah.
the scene itself is a lot of fun. It's goofy fun.
It is.
Yes.
It's crazy.
Yes.
The score's great. Honestly, the underwater photography is really strong.
I think so too. Yeah.
It
doesn't go on. I don't think it goes on too long. The fight between the zombies.
No, it's pretty cool.
Yeah, it's kind of cool.
They both get their licks in. It works. This sequence actually like. I remember like Shark versus Zombie and like what? Again, that was like part of the legend of Zombie. Before I saw it, I got to see this. But it's actually a pretty well done sequence.
It's funny because the movie is more than that sequence but it's also that. It also like you can kind of sum it up as the Shark versus Zombie movie in a lot of like.
Well, it's a standout, right?
Yeah.
So and that's sometimes horror movies are that.
Yes.
Where it's that's the one where this happens.
Yep.
And that's okay because like it's better that than not having a standout sequence.
Right.
So the rest of the movie happens to, be pretty good. So
Menard is alarmed to find one of his colleagues, Fritz, has died of a zombie infection.
He's a mess. Again. This guy. Get it together.
And tells his remaining staff to shoot all the dead bodies in their heads. While dragging a grave for a body, he hears a signal flare and follows it to discover the
which he should have done to begin with. Like he's not
these
doing
people
good.
are idiots.
He's not doing great. No, Menard's really dumb.
Yeah, for a scientist?
He's not.
You know what? If there's one thing I've learned, it's like smart people can be pretty stupid, too.
It's true. It's true. Yeah.
Menard sends them back to his mansion to fetch his wife, where they discover Paula's corpse being eaten by zombies. Oh, that part is gnarly. That part is
I remember being, like, blown away by how nasty that scene was. Yep.
The group fends off an attack against them. Okay. The group, that's the scene where I was sitting there going like, what are they doing? Because they're like in unison, just like slowly backing away from these zombies that are obviously like a threat because they're eating a woman 10 feet away from them.
Yes. And somehow they're moving slower than the zombies. This is what we call like faux tension.
Yes.
Like it's just like
There is one part I think later on where Tisa Farrow like she stops moving and she just gives her neck up to the zombie. Like
eat me. Yeah,
take it.
There's some of that. There's some of that in this movie. There's another sequence with the actress who's scuba diving.
Yeah.
Oh, where she's kind of just like staring like, I mean,
it is what it is. If that stuff bothers you, then this is going to be a rough movie. But I think there's a charm to it.
And you know what? Like I don't know. Like I've met people now at this point. I saw this in 2008, probably.
Yeah.
We are now how many years removed from that?
Yeah.
17.
Yeah.
I've met enough adults now to go like, yeah, somebody would probably be dumb enough to do that.
And I brought that, and like nowadays it would be like someone with like a zombie kink. They're like,
they'd be like, yeah, let's go.
Bite me, daddy.
Yeah. Right?
Yes. It's like,
that's a bummer. But whatever.
Whatever. The group fends off an attack against them and escapes in a Jeep, with West suffering an ankle injury when the vehicle veers off road, slamming into a zombie.
That's a thing. Because, like, again, that's only established to slow them down, to kill one of them off. There's no real, like by the end, he's blasting shotguns and stuff, like, with no, like, he's good to go. I don't know. I always find that, like, oh, my foot. I don't know.
Resting in a jungle clearing, the group realize they have stumbled upon a conquistador-era graveyard.
Conquistadores.
Conquistadores. This is such a silly plot as you go through it. Barrett is killed when one of the corpses rises from the earth and bites out her throat. That part is sick, too.
It's gnarly. Yeah. That's the poster zombie, isn't it? Like
yes. So
we
that's
are going
the scene.
to eat you. Yeah.
Yeah, that's the scene. Okay, and this is also, they don't really mention it here, I don't think. But this is also the part where a very odd scene between Ian McCullough and Tisa Farrow, where they're like together, they're laying down together, and it's kind of implied that they have sex, but their clothes are still on, and he just says thanks to her. So did she give him like a clothes on handy?
I don't know. I think it's supposed to be kind of like romantic, like they make out.
Yeah.
And then he's like, thanks, like he's been waiting for that kind of thing. Like, oh, I wanted to do that kind of thing. But
we see none of that. Usually when you see the aftermath of an encounter like this, it's sex. They have sex. They don't make out. You usually see the make out or the kiss.
They start kissing, though.
They start kissing after. Which tells me, like, it felt to me like a kiss after they had sex.
And then he says thanks?
He says thanks.
How did I miss that? Oh, shit.
It's very odd. And also in the situation, like...
It's almost like... Thank you for being a friend.
It's almost like... The other thing, too, is like... In this situation, having sex is not advised. But I can see why two people would want to do it.
Sure. But let's go ahead and say, like, hey, emotions are high.
But why would you either want my theory, which is a hand job, or like a kiss? Like, why don't you just go all the way at this point? Like, you're about to be...
So what you're saying is either they did go all in, which is actually the most logical of the options, or you get a weird handy in a graveyard.
Yes. And he's
say, hey, thanks.
He's coming in shorts.
I feel great.
He's just like,
thanks.
Oh, hopefully the zombies aren't attracted to that.
My ankle feels so much better. Thanks. I like to think it's a handy.
Me too. It's just weirder that way.
Yeah.
But who cares? Because all of that leads to the great shot of the zombie coming out of the ground too and grabbing her head.
It's so sweet.
That part is awesome.
Yeah, it's great. Do you have Christmas socks on right now?
I do.
What's happening? Hold on. We're gonna pause the show.
Yeah.
I've been looking at your socks for the last few minutes.
Yes.
And I've been trying to figure out what's going on. And I thought they were like 49ers socks. And I was like, okay, that's fine.
San Francisco 49ers?
Yeah, I thought maybe you're a fan. That's fine.
No, I'm not a fan.
But they are snowy trees
yes.
and a car.
Yes.
With people or presents. It's something going
on.
What's going on?
What's going on here is... No, I did laundry recently, and I kind of just tossed my socks back in. I don't have a drawer for socks. I have a big... I'm
very sorry. We have to talk about this, though.
Yeah. They... what do you call it? It's like a closet. It's like an IKEA closet, but it's not really a closet. It's like a
man.
I'm blanking. It's like a big thing. But I have
an armoire.
Yeah, something like that. Yeah, and I have hangers, and then I have a
section. Yes. I know what you mean. Yep.
So my socks and underwear are in one drawer. Now we talked a little bit about this off air, whereas I like to get ready as much as I can the night before because I am above my sleeping child.
Yes, sure.
And I usually get up at around 5:30 in the morning. And so I get up this morning, and I'm wearing khaki pants, and I'm just sitting there going, like, I forgot my socks.
Oh.
And I'm like, I just got to grab a pair of socks. And I go, these are brown.
Gotcha.
Because you look at them when they're rolled up, they're brown. So honestly, it's not a huge deal. They're kind of like dressier socks anyway. You can't really.
No, they're nice socks. No.
Yeah.
Hey, it took me ages to go, are those Christmas socks? Yeah. We're good. Let's move on.
It was more just.
I apologize, audience. I had to know. I saw the socks. They were concerning me. So let's move on.
As more corpses reanimate, the group flees to the local hospital where Menard explains that the dead are rising as a result of a voodoo curse, which he has been trying to stop. Sure.
But is that what it is? Like, I'm so.
He also, I
confused.
believe this is my favorite line in the movie, where he says, "As a man of science, I don't believe in voodooism." that's like it tickled me. I just saw
It's good.
Like it's one of those things that I didn't think it had to be said.
It's just, right. Like we get it. It's weird because like they kind of touch on the voodoo thing, which is kind of the original zombie lore.
Yeah.
But then they do the night/dawn, like the zombies bite and eat people. So it's kind of a weird
it's a
middle
weird,
ground.
It's
It's like, what are we
doing? It's a mix
doing
of the Romero stuff that had come at
with
this point.
all the previous?
Yes. Yeah.
It's a weird mix.
I do want to say it's weird because some of the island stuff is obviously just shot in like one location, but I kind of love it because it's like that island constantly feels like it's on fire, like it's just smoldering at all times. It's
smoky, yeah.
It feels like it doesn't feel
Things
like
are falling apart.
Yeah, it doesn't feel like hell on earth, but it feels like it's becoming hell on earth.
I
Yeah.
like that. The atmosphere of the island is pretty sweet.
Yes.
Yeah, you're right. The village, the shot they go back to multiple times of the main street of the village.
Yeah.
With the kind of the shanty town
Uh-huh.
on both ends. I love that shot because the first time you see it, it's just barren. There's nothing there. It's just kind of that smoky, that vibe of like something bad happened here.
Mm-hmm.
We don't really know what's going on. We see that there's like a civilization here. It reminds me of the shots of night when the characters are looking into the backyard of the house.
Yeah.
And there are, like, we start with like one or two zombies. Okay, like this, like not too dangerous. We can handle that. By the end of the movie, it's like there's like 500 zombies. Like not really, but mowing through the yard. In this one, it's the same way. It's like we start with nothing, and then there's like one zombie in the background,
Yes.
and then there's. I like that. Yeah, it's a nice progression of the danger.
There's also this really cool, I guess, shot or moment where the one dude like rolls a corpse into the ground, and like the camera kind of moves, and it reveals like there's a bunch more corpses
It's
buried
really
in the ground.
cool. Yeah. That's good. Yeah,
Yeah.
I like that. Yep.
The hospital is besieged by zombies, and Menard is killed by a reanimated Fritz. As
He kind of just goes out, right? Like I expected more from Menard.
yes,
Yeah.
he's kind of a goofball.
Yeah.
As the zombies attempt to enter, those being treated for infection inside the hospital also reanimate, killing several hospital staff who have also stayed behind. As the dead outside breach the door, Bowles, West, and Hull set the building on fire and start to shoot the zombies. The undead Barrett bites Hull in the arm, but is shot by West. Bowles, West, and Hull escape to the boat and leave the island. At sea?
Well, the undead, it's his wife or his.
Yes, yeah.
Yeah. Like they skip over that. Like there's the moment of like it's kind of a classic zombie trope. Like, oh,
My former...
my love.
Yes.
I missed you, and then bite. Okay, sorry. I just wanted
Yeah,
like
you're right.
that was
yeah.
pretty brisk, but yeah.
Yes. West, we're shot by West. Bowles, West, and Hull escape to the boat and leave the island. At sea, Hull dies of infection, and his body is locked in a cabin to be used as evidence of what has happened. However, as the boat approaches New York again, a radio broadcast reports that the city is under attack from zombies, the result of the initial attack in the harbor. All-time, Fulci's good at endings, I think.
He's amazing.
Yes.
He knows how to close a film. Yeah.
This is a great ending.
It's fantastic. That shot of the zombies walking across the bridge
Yes.
is phenomenal. I've heard criticisms about the cars, the traffic on the bridge.
Right.
It would be happening.
Yes, apparently that, and like they just filmed that like as is, like they just sent them down there. That doesn't bother me.
Nope.
The whole
not at all.
thing is kind of a big fantasy anyway, and like I guess I could see it would be obviously be effective if New York City was completely barren too, but that works for me as well.
Yeah, this works.
Because when I think New York City, I'm always thinking cars just on the
Yeah, dude.
yeah.
If there were like, this is like early. There's like 50 zombies walking across the bridge. Like people be going back and forth.
Right.
There ain't no zombies in the city. What are you talking about?
Yeah,
you
where
know,
you
like
wanna
there'd be
go?
no
Yeah.
like yeah. But
Get in.
exactly. But what's funny to me about this is like this is Zombie 2, right? This actually works better as a prequel in a lot of ways to Dawn.
Yeah.
If you want to like
Yes.
because like this is like the setup for like the world's gonna be zombified, right? I don't know. Just a thought. Just
This movie, yeah, so it doesn't have any of the stuff Romero goes for, and that's fine. I like different things for different reasons. And I guess if you're looking for that, maybe this isn't the movie for you.
No.
But that's okay because, like, I don't know, there's certain subgenres of stuff I don't like either. Like, I just don't respond to either. So, I mean, whatever. But
this is like the... Do you like Friday the 13th?
Yeah.
The series? This is like the equivalent to that series is like The Burning, right?
Right.
Kind of trashy, but not that far off from what you like. Like,
yes.
If you like, there might be a bit more of a gap between Romero on this certainly than like Friday the 13th in The Burning, but like it's adjacent to that in terms of quality. Mm-hmm. Like it's a fun enough movie of that era in that genre to where you can get something from it if you want to. I think.
Yeah, I think maybe too if you want to look for something deeper too, maybe when the whole church kind of turning into a hell on earth thing is kind of, maybe there's commentary there, especially taken from the point of view of an Italian being so closely connected to the Catholic Church. He uses churches a lot. He uses the church is kind of a gateway in the beyond.
We've talked about that in the beyond too.
Yeah.
Like there's and I think I think what you're saying makes total sense.
Right.
I think a little bit of that's coming from the beyond stuff too.
Yes.
Yeah, for sure.
Yeah, I'm by no means a Fulci expert. I've seen a couple of movies.
Yeah, I've seen a few, but
I think I feel like this is his first straight up horror movie, right? Because he'd done mostly like giallo and like I think some comedies and stuff too.
He did a western before this, I think.
Okay.
But I can't remember the name of the western.
Was he's the Godfather of Gore, Fulci, right? Is
yes.
the name? Okay.
That was certainly the drive for him was
interesting
Gore.
guy. I don't. Yeah, like I said, I hesitate to speak on him as a whole just because I've only seen a couple of his movies. But I don't know. I think this is a funky fun time, and I do think this is a fun time of the year to watch it because I am not. A lot of times during Halloween, I'm not necessarily in the mood for anything too bleak or too thoughtful. Sometimes I kind of just want something kind of fun or spooky or...
And Fulci is both.
Right.
Fun and spooky.
Yes.
Yeah, no, I was suggested to watch...
He's a little bleak, I will say.
He's bleak,
yes.
which I like. I kind of like
it's kind of a playful... Always with the Italians, though, I never take them... Like, I'd never like...
There's some tongue-in-cheek
There's
stuff,
tongue-in-cheek, right? Yeah. It's kind of... There's a playfulness to their bleakness, if that makes sense.
Yeah, it's not like it's not totally devoid of not hope, but like there's a humor to it.
Yes.
Almost like if I'm gonna go down, I'm gonna go down laughing.
There's an irreverence to it's basically just like everybody's fucked. Whatever.
It's funny. Like
at least you saw a zombie and shark fight in a topless scuba diver.
It's awesome. Yeah, I should say we do have feedback because
we do. Okay, perfect.
Yes, friend of the show Sean said he had brought up 4 of the Apocalypse. 4 of the Apocalypse.
Okay.
He goes, it's Fulci's like western, like that's his.
Okay.
And then he sent me this GIF from.
Okay. Yeah. So 4 of the Apocalypse.
4 of the Apocalypse. He said it's worth a watch.
Okay.
So.
Okay.
There you go.
Yeah.
Watch a Fulci western.
I gotta finish.
I might actually. It's probably on Tubi as well. Let's see. Go ahead. Continue.
Tubi is something. I like what I like about Tubi is
everything.
If we're going about. I like that they're the only streaming service. Well, I don't want to say the only, because Shudder does a good job of this too. And there are some
4 of the Apocalypse is on Tubi. What was the other one we were talking about before? God, we were. There was another movie we were talking about.
It's probably on Tubi.
I'm sure it's on Tubi.
Yeah.
The Dead Next Door.
Yeah. Oh, okay. Yeah, check that one.
Yep.
So with Tubi, there are other boutique streaming services that do a good job of this too. So I don't want to just, but none of the major streaming services will put any more than like 10 movies on made before like 1990. like if you get like a movie made before 1990 on a streaming service, like Back to the Future, or Jaws. Like it's like you don't get deep cuts.
Right.
And I
But the
love
next
those
door is on Tubi. What the hell?
The problem with Tubi is it the curation or the organization of that fucking website, like app?
It's bad.
Like it's a pain in the ass.
If you're not straight up searching for a title,
yes,
you're out of luck.
it captures the feeling, I guess. But even the 2-for-1 section was done alphabetically, I guess.
This is not that.
No, it's just like here's some movies. This is we'll put
If they could sort that out,
Yeah.
we'd be.
we'll put horror.
I'll watch ads all day too.
Yeah,
I don't care.
Ads don't bother me.
Nope.
Ads have never really bothered
I can
me.
go pee.
Yeah, I grew up watching shit on cable. Like ads don't bother me. Yes.
You can't hurt me.
No. I mean, listen, I'm not like I like when a movie doesn't have ads.
Sure,
Yeah.
but I can live with that.
Yes.
100%.
Any final thoughts on Zombie?
Look, it's worth a watch if you haven't seen it. It's awesome for what it is. So it's a nasty, grimy, late 70s, early 80s Italian horror film. The effects are fun. The score is awesome. And it's I think our review kind of speaks for it. It's nothing more than what it is. You could dig a bit, but just enjoy the ride of corpses chewing people that are mostly kind of obnoxious.
Yes. I didn't think it was as the people were as nasty as Bad Blood.
No, not at all.
No.
No. These people didn't deserve this.
No.
Bay of Blood, yeah, they all kind of did.
Yeah.
But I've liked both. So
I do too. Yeah.
I like Italian horror though.
I mean, yeah. I do too.
It's one of those weird kind of small niche corners of horror that I've always kind of had appreciation for.
You have to accept its quirks, but I think
it's quirky.
Mm-hmm. All right, so guess what else is on Tubi? Inferno.
There you go.
Inferno.
I'm gonna guess the fourth movie that we're gonna watch is probably also on Tubi.
Yes.
Love Tubi. Thanks, Tubi. Anyway, we should be.
And if you are like a lot of the times, what Shudder will do is kind of curate the stuff out of Tubi. Because that stuff is obviously easy for these streaming services to get licensed to. So if you are anti-ads, you can check out Shudder if you want.
There you go.
Yeah.
Either one, great option.
Yeah. Okay. Yeah. So that's what's next, I think.
That's it, man.
All right.
Cozy Italian horror. Let's go.
Yes. Stay safe and stay safe.